Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I am on board the beautiful Symphony of the Seas, and I am about to give you a ship tour of this beautiful, beautiful ship. So let's head down to deck 3 and take a look at the ship deck by deck to see what all she has to offer. Let's go. Alright, so here I am on deck 3 to get this tour started. The only thing other than conference rooms and some cabins on deck 3 is the lowest level of the main dining room, so let's take a look. Alright, so next up, deck 4. Lots of stuff on deck 4, and we're starting here at the back of the ship with the second level of the main dining room, and then let's continue on from there. Then next to the main dining room, there's also Izumi on this level. It's closed now, but they have hibachi and sushi. Great place, a specialty restaurant, so that's for an extra cost. And as we start going to the front of the ship, there's the casino. There's a non-smoking side and a smoking side on the other side with a bar in the middle. Bar is closed, so it's a bit dark, but bar would be here. There's tables here, the cashier is right back there, and then there's lots of slots. Then as we move out of the casino, we will make our way through the art gallery. Then we find ourselves in the entertainment place. So here you have the Studio B, which is the ice skating venue. Here they have wonderful ice shows. They also do laser tag. So for example, here you can see Then there's the attic, which they do stand-up and some smaller shows, and the Diamond Club, or the Diamond Lounge. You have snacks throughout the day over there, and then there's also a happy hour in the evening where you can come down here for drinks. And obviously this space is for Royal Caribbean Diamond members and above, so they can come here and have a relaxing space for them to come throughout the day. Then we have the jazz club. So here they have some music and some other entertainment. Let me see if I can come back later when the venue is actually open. And then at the very front of the ship, we have the lower level of the Royal Theatre, which is closed, but I will show you some clips that I've taken from the inside to give you an idea. It's a huge venue, 2 stories, as I said, and this is the lower level. All right, so then for level 5, and we have the next level of the Royal Theatre, and then on both sides, you have access to the running track. Then we make our way to one of the main parts of the ship, which is the Royal Promenade. All right, so that was the Royal Promenade, and the last thing on this deck is the final level of the main dining room on deck 5 at the very back of the ship. All right, once again, a very fun deck. We are on deck 6, and here the main thing is at the back of the ship, and that is the boardwalk. Let's go take a look. There's actually a lot of interactive art on board. So for example, things like this, you'll put your head inside this piece of purple hair and you'll hear music when you put it on. I think that's related to Hairspray, which is the Broadway show on board, hence the hair. But there's lots of art like that on board. There's some arcade games. The dog house, which is the hot dog place. The full arcade is inside there. You have the carousel, there's Sugar Beach, which is a candy place, and then let's see what's behind. You have Playmakers, which is a sports bar. It spans the whole distance all the way up to the arcade. So all of this is Playmakers. There's Surf Shack, which has some clothes, and then you have Johnny Rockets, which is a diner. It serves breakfast and lunch. Breakfast is actually complimentary. And then here is where you end up when you come down the Ultimate Abyss. It's a dry slide. It starts all the way from up there, and then you end up here at the boardwalk. And the last thing on here, other than some kid play areas, is the Aqua Theater. Here they do some aqua shows, some high jumps and dives into the water, and some other water acrobatics. A really great venue here. And then you can see that there's the rock climbing walls on both sides. And here you can see that's where the slide starts. So you come down, loop-de-loops, all the way down to the boardwalk here. A really fun slide, not at all as scary as it looks. So if you're ever on board, I would highly recommend that you give it a try. Super fun slide. And as we come back in from the boardwalk, then you'll have the schooner bar here on the left, and then you'll have the photo gallery here on the right, plus shore excursions. So here you have shore excursions at the front, and then the photo gallery is there in the back. Before the schooner bar, you'll also have the loyalty desk, which is for Crown and Anchor members. another one of the experience art things. So you go in here, you stand right there, and you'll also hear music, which you don't hear when I'm standing right here. It's wild because you don't hear anything until you're in there. I know you can't hear it, I can't let you hear it because of copyright reasons, but it's so much fun to have interactive pieces like that, especially for kids. All right, so that was deck 6. We were now at the back of the ship. At the front of the ship, they have the Vitality Spa, so let's go take a look at that. All right, so that was deck 6. Deck 7 is only staterooms, so nothing really to see there. So let's go up to deck 8 to see the Central Park. And in addition to the Central Park, there's also Dazzles, which is a venue here that has some music, some entertainment. It's a 2-story venue. It's very beautiful. All right, next up, it's a few decks with only staterooms, but there is Wonderland on decks 11 and 12. So let's go look at Wonderland and then we will find ourselves up on the pool deck. Alright, so Wonderland is actually closed since I'm doing this tour so early, but let me put some pictures of the Wonderland from the Harmony of the Seas. It's an identical venue, so it should give you an idea of what the space looks like inside. Alright, so this way is the solarium, which we'll take a look at first. There's hot tubs on either side of the ship, and then that way is the pool deck, which we'll take a look at later. So let's head to the solarium first. These hot tubs are actually super fun. They look over into the ocean, so you have spectacular views. There's a lower level where you also have access to the bridge wings, where you have beautiful views all around the ship. Those are on both sides. Alright, and next I am headed to the pool deck. I won't do a lot of talking out there because it's super windy at the moment, so I don't think you'll hear me, but I'll pop up everything you need to know on the screen. there are actually pools here on both sides. You have the water slides right back there. We have the pool bar, which is closed at the moment. I'm so early. A few hot tubs here as well, so you see kids and parents hanging out here and kids splashing away here at Splash Away Bay. And then on the other side, there is the sports pool. And then I'm heading to the back of the ship, but here you can see the crown, which is kind of the suite area. So you have the suite lounge and then the coastal kitchen accessible for suite guests, but we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Let's go first see what we have all the way at the back of the ship. So here we have El Loco Fresh, which is the Mexican place on board. It's complimentary. It's really great food. They don't have anything to show right now, but let me put some pictures up when I visited earlier. There's quesadillas, there's burritos, tacos, everything you might want. And then they always have this salsa bar where you can then pick your own toppings for your nachos or for your tacos. And then as we head towards the back of the ship, we have the sports court. And I apologize, I just realized that my mic has turned off at some point, so I hope that the audio hasn't been awful up until this point. Hopefully it gets better from here, and I truly hope that my GoPro has captured the parts of the audio that are really important for this tour, but I apologize if there was some audio issues up until this point. So here we have the flow rider, or one of them. There's one on each side. They usually do boogie boarding on one and then stand-up surfing on the other. And here you have the bleachers for people to come watch as you're wiping out, which is great fun. And here you have the entrance to the Ultimate Abyss, which is the dry slide, and that was what was ending up down at the boardwalk, which I showed you earlier. And from here, you have beautiful views of the ship's wake. And the second flow rider, plus a wipeout bar. So here you can get some drinks if you'd like. Here you have the entrance to the zip line, which let me show you. the zip line, it starts from there, zooms right across and ends here on the other side, and you get views of the boardwalk as you zip on by. Then next to the zip line area, you have the mini golf. And that pretty much does it for the pool deck. I will still show you the one level above the pool deck, which goes around and you have views to the ocean, to the pool deck, everywhere. And we still have a couple important places to cover, so stay tuned. So I'm now at the back of the ship, same side as we had the flow riders and the sports court. Behind me is the Windjammer, which is the main buffet on board. We'll loop back to that, but let's see first what else is here on deck 16. Here at the very back of deck 16 you have the Windjammer, which is the main buffet on board. And when I was mentioning about the interactive art, check these stairs out. They're a piano, and when you walk on them it plays the keys. So much fun. I can imagine kids running up and down these stairs all day, but it's so much fun. And that pretty much takes care of the ship tour, except for the suite lounge area, which I'll show you clips of now. And I'll go take a look in case there's not too many people in there, and maybe I can take shots for you right now. But I already have shots of that before, and I don't want to bother people in there. Alright, that was the tour, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope that in case this was a silent tour because of the microphone issue, you enjoyed it anyway. In case all of the audio worked fine and I managed to somehow pull that off, yay for me. But I hope you enjoyed the tour of the beautiful Symphony of the Seas. There's so much to do here on board, and feel free to ask me any questions below. I'm happy to answer if I can. I don't know everything about the ship, but I do know a lot after spending 7 days here on board and in many other days on her sister ships, on almost all of the Oasis class ships by now. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the channel next time. Bye, guys.
About to leave, already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know.